All right, welcome back, everybody. I don't know if anyone else is equally mesmerized as I am by watching the 3D printer print, but that's like a nice little soothing exercise to watch things print, and we're excited to jump back in it. How you doing, Teresa?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Erin?
Yeah, doing good. I'm feeling ready to go and make another 3D print, walk out of my office to do that. But we have so many better things to get to right now. We are so excited to introduce Kim Zarkin. So let's see if we can go ahead and get her on the call. She's our well, you know what, Kim? I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us all of the amazing things you do.
My name is Kim Zarkin. I am the chair of the Communication and the Arts Administration programs here. This is year 18 for me, which is crazy because, in my head, I might still be 25. And in the last 25 years have been just kind of a blur. But we're here today to talk about, well, should I tell everybody what we're here to talk about?
Yeah, tell us.
I've been posting on social media all day. I'm really ramped up. We're here to talk about the Digital Design Lab. Now, the COM program has been asking and wanting a lab space of our own for as long as I've been at Westminster, which is why I kind of hype on this is year 18 for me. And it's finally happening because of the support of President Dobkin, of our provost, of our dean. They have helped us push this project forward. And so the lab is happening this fall. And the best part about it is it will be this amazing innovative teaching space that will allow for collaboration. It will have cutting edge technology. It will, it'll be the space that represents how Westminster and how the Westminster COM program loves to teach. It will be a Mac lab because that's, COM people are all about the Mac lab. It's been what we've been asking for. I've been telling my alumni that this is about making our dream come true because we've been dreaming about this for years, and it's happening, and our donors can be part of that because it's an immediate impact. Like the money's going into an account and I'm going to spend it as quickly as I get it because we are going to make this space amazing.
Well, that's what One Westminster Day is all about, was making these dreams come true. And we've already hit 54 of our 75 donation goal. We're only about 3 hours into Giving Day, but we don't want to just reach the goal. We want to smash the goal. So
yes,
let's get to it.
Our alumni, I tell everybody, we have the best alumni network. We have engaged alumni. If you look at the alumni board for the college, it is filled with Westminster. In fact, Catherine Blakemore, who is she's engaging with the new alumni organization within the Honors College, is one of ours. So we do share our alumni too, but our alumni are the best. And I know we're going to smash through that because they want to make sure that I can go around talking about how amazing our alumni are. And it's not just the undergraduate program. It's our Master's of Professional Communication program, which was around from the 90s until the mid sort of 2000-ish. We've got our Master's of Strategic Communication program. And so we have a network of alumni that is just wonderful. And they're giving back. And even alumni who I know are struggling in the pandemic have made an effort to give back because they care about our program and they care about the future of our students.
Kim, before I ask my question, I just want to say that I love your hair.
Hey, I actually found my straightening iron and did my hair for the first time in like a year.
Pandemic time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the purple actually was to celebrate my 50th birthday, which happened this past August. And I was supposed to be in Europe for my 50th, and that didn't happen. So I went purple, and everybody's like, is that for Westminster? And I was like, sure.
It kind of worked out though.
You know, it works out. It's one of my favorite colors, and it looks really good with brown hair. And you know, and my stylist picked it, and it's all good.
Well, and for anyone who's watching, if you didn't catch that, this is a great way to celebrate Kim's 50th, even though it was past August, by making a donation to the Digital Design Lab. I think you've earned it. 50 is a big deal.
You know, it helps that I don't look 50. That's what my husband tells me. But yeah, I mean, I think that what's important is that, you know, as a communication professor, as a media professor, one of the things we teach is that that age isn't actually something to be sad about. And so as Westminster is getting close to 150, so, you know, we're getting up there ourselves. And yeah, we like to model what it means to be any age. And so some of our older alumni, some of our, you know, and, you know, I teach. So if we are allowed the bad language on the live stream, some of you know I teach the How to Be a Bitch class in May term with Dr. Tamara Stevenson. And so, you know, this is me living as loudly as I try to teach my students to do.
We love it.
I've always wanted to take that class for May term. That class gets filled up like very quick. So hopefully I'll be able to take it.
It does. But here's the trick. You get on the wait list, and every single May, everybody on the wait list has gotten a seat.
Oh, awesome. Well, I will have to take it this May term.
Yeah, it's really exciting this May. We are going to be fully remote because, you know, people are still going to be getting vaccinated and we're all going to be safe. But, you know, one of the best parts of the class is Dr. Stevenson recruits the best guest speakers. And we've had everybody from, you know, the mayor of Salt Lake, Jackie Biskupski when she was mayor. We've had members of our legislature. We've had alumni who were out in the business and political world. And so, you know, we don't love the pandemic, but it gives us this great opportunity to bring people in.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Teresa.
Oh, I was just going to agree with you there. Like, definitely.
Well,
so, I don't know if you all know about what the COM program is doing that's really special and different with Giving Day is we're giving away for people who donate, we're actually giving away stuff that we made and thought about. And so Christy Seifert is giving away signed copies of her book, Whoppers, about great historical liars. Erin Coleman Serrano is giving away a print of some of her artwork. Curtis Newbold is going to give away some posters that he's designed, some of his punctuation infographics, because, you know, that's how COM folks roll. And me, I'm giving away a bunch of things that I've crocheted. And so, for example, a lovely triangle scarf.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Things like, I got to figure out where my camera is here. You know, a little bag. And the way that alumni and friends of the program can be entered to win is I am posting photographs of everything we're giving away on Facebook and on Twitter and on LinkedIn. And so if you're on Facebook, you can, you know, seek me out and friend me, Kim Zarkin. But also for our alumni, we have an alumni Facebook group. And then for people who think Facebook is from the devil, I'm on Twitter as well. And that's, again, just at Kim Zarkin. And, you know, what we're doing is you like the photo of the thing that you want. And what will happen is, and you have to donate, we'll check, but like the photo and donate, or then donate and like the photo. And then tomorrow we'll do random drawings and send you our handmade and heart-made gifts.
I love that you guys are doing that, and I love that it's coming from the faculty and all of your little passion projects, the various things you do, because I think it really trickles down to your students as well. You guys don't just teach, you also walk the walk, which is something I really love about the communication program and your various faculty. I'd love to actually know a little bit more about some of the work that your students do. Either while they're in the program or when they graduate the college, what they go on to do, but tell us more about what your students are working on.
Well, our students are amazing. And one of the things that's a big part of Westminster's, our communication program's curriculum is something called service learning, which I'm sure a lot of you know about. And what that means in the comm sense is that our students very often will work for clients. And so a great example of that, and this is something that's going to impact, the lab's going to impact immediately, is we have a design class that's designing the user experience, which is COM 372, and all of our students are required to take it. And what that class does is they actually work with clients and help small businesses and nonprofits get better communication, whether that is website design or app design or things. And Erin Coleman told me that over the 8 semesters, I want to say we have helped 40 small businesses and things. And so, and again, nonprofits and organizations. And that's, work that they're not the people who hire fancy graphic design firms, but our students do amazing work and really help organizations build. We have students who intern. All of our students are required to do internships, and they do everything from teeny tiny one-person small businesses up to, big agencies. And, I don't think there's an arts organization in the Valley that hasn't had either comm interns or an arts administration interns as well, or employees. And so our students are everywhere. I actually just saw on Facebook a post from one of our alumni who has, and we forgive her for this, gone to work for the University of Utah in advancement, and her campaign just raised $1.2 million. And,
wow.
That's what our students do.
Yeah.
Is they go out and they change the world, not just for us, but for so many. And we're so proud of them.
That's pretty incredible. I love hearing all the different things that your students are doing, and like thinking about this graphic design lab that's coming into place. I know you mentioned that it will be a Mac lab, but tell us about some of the other things that will be there and what the funds will go towards specifically.
So, it's everything from, we're going to start with this summer is we renovate the space. And so, fixing everything from, new carpet and paint and tables and the best. So it's not going to be, what we're hoping is it's not going to be a make do with what's in storage and kind of jerry rigging together. We really are trying to build a lab that's meant to be a lab, and build a lab that will be fully accessible. And so, one of the issues, and anybody who's been on our campus knows we deal with all sorts of physical challenges in that space, whether it's old elevators or whatever, but we're really dedicated to acquiring the furniture that will mean that people with any kind of physical disabilities will be able to be in that space. And so it's everything from the tables and decent chairs to, to technology like drawing tablets for Illustrator, so they can do, they can freehand designs. There'll be large format printers. There will be, things where they're designing stuff to print on the 3D printer in the library, which is so cool. But it's really going to be a space where our students can prepare themselves to enter the design world ready to work. And that's something COM has always promoted, and this lab is going to just make it that much better. It's also an issue of, not everybody can afford, as an 18-year-old, as a young college student, can afford access to the best laptop or the best computer. And so one of the things that is really important to us is that students have the ability to work on the best equipment so that they can learn how to do what they're going to be doing. And so the lab is going to have open lab hours where students can go in and work so that they can, if they don't have the best laptop, they're going to still have the best equipment. It's going to be a place where we train non-comm majors. So if you're a business major, but you want to know how to use InDesign, you can come in and work with some of our student workers who will be manning the lab. We'll have students in there as tutors, and we'll teach you how to use the software and make it so that things like InDesign and Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, which is video editing, Adobe Audition, which is audio, and so that those tools are accessible not just to comm majors, not just to the arts admin majors, but to the entire student population, faculty included. If they want to, they want a logo, come on in, we'll help with that. And the graphic design lab will be, I'm sure, doing some amazing things in that space as well. I'm sure they're still trying to figure out how awesome to be in that space.
Well, I love all the work that you guys are doing to make sure that this is accessible and that it helps reduce some of the issues our students face financially. It's really amazing to see that focus come to play in this effort, which I love to see. And I also didn't know that it will be open to everyone, which, as a staff member on campus, I'm already looking forward to getting trained by some of the comm students how to better use some things in Adobe. So it sounds like it's really going to benefit our entire Westminster community and ultimately beyond our community, as our students are going to be better prepared to enter the workforce and really make things happen outside of the Westminster walls. So exciting to hear all about.
Those of us, some of us faculty are the original Sesame Street generation, and we know how to share. And so, and we're really excited. For those of you who, if you go over to our page, you can actually see the photos of where the lab will be, which is one of the former chemistry labs, I believe, in Dick Science Building, which is no longer Dick Science Building because we have the amazing Meldrum. But that was a chemistry lab when I arrived on campus, and that it's such a light and airy space. When I walked in after they moved the computers over Christmas break, I walked in and I actually started tearing up because it's such a bright and airy room, and it's going to be so amazing to teach in. And I'm not even going to be teaching in that space because I don't teach those classes. But it just makes me so happy that we will finally have a room of our own to really make our dreams come true. I've spent the last decade making sure we have the faculty that are building this program in ways that I've dreamed about for years. And we have the faculty, we have amazing artists and writers, and now we'll have the space. And so we're so excited.
Yeah, and I love how, earlier you were saying, we're not just making do with what's already existing on campus. And, it sounds like it's going to be up to date, beautiful space, which I think is so important for creativity and being able to really create projects. So the fact that it's going to be a warm space, a light space, a chic, it sounds like it's going to be chic, a space, so exciting. So. Yeah,
and I'm hoping that, we'll be able to display student past projects and maybe have the version of that, chair rails or plate rails in old houses where you'd have it up at the top. I'm really hoping we're going to have a shelf to display student work. And our students make such beautiful things. If you've ever visited my office, I've got some some paintings and some prints and things that our students have done that are just exquisite. And I can't wait to have a space where our alumni can share their work. And we're hoping that, depending on how fundraising goes, that we'll have, some monitors that show off former projects. And we're really hoping this will be a space that will be inspirational.
So Kim, what do you, oh, sorry, Erin, you can go ahead and ask.
Nope.
I was going to say, what do you see as the future of digital design at Westminster?
It's really interesting. I was in college I started college in 1988, graduated in 92. The web was not really a thing yet. I brought a typewriter to college, and I would occasionally write papers on a Mac 2E at the radio station. Mm-hmm. And that was the communication world. And I'm not sure when I was 20 that I dreamed that I would be a professor, although that was like a little seed in my heart. I didn't know that was going to happen. And I could not have envisioned where communication is now as a profession. I'm training people for jobs that did not exist when I was their age, were not even conceptualized. I come out of a broadcast background. I worked in the original, electronic media of radio. And we couldn't have imagined the podcast world and the streaming world. And that's what's exciting about COM, is that we have no idea what it's going to look like in 20 years. And so philosophically, what we always say is that we teach carpentry, not hammer. So we don't necessarily know that Photoshop will be here in 10 years or 15 years. We don't know what web design might look like, but we do know what good communication is and what good design is. And no matter what platform you're in, good design is good design. Erin Coleman-Serrano, who is our main graphic design faculty member, and Curtis Newbold, who teaches web design, they don't teach people what buttons to push. They teach people why to push those buttons, if that makes any sense. And so that's what's great is we give them the tools that they're going to use tomorrow, but we prepare them for what might come down the pike in 5 years. I remember when Facebook came out, I was already a professor when Facebook became a thing. And, in watching MySpace and Tumblr and, Pinterest and all the things kind of tumble through, TikTok and, all these things, and all of it universally, it's good communication, still good communication. I have to get a TikTok plug in though. All right. So unbeknownst to me and unbeknownst to the faculty member who was involved, the forum, our student media organization, posted a video today promising that if we got to 75 donors, that Matt Baker was going to learn a TikTok dance.
Oh,
like, maybe we'll just leave that on the forum video. And I was like, have you met me? So if no other reason, we need to get to 75 donors because Matt needs to dance.
This is going to become a viral video overnight, but only if we get these donors. Yeah. So everyone, get them in. I can see that we've been getting some in the past half hour. We love to see those coming through, but I want to see Matt Baker's moves, everyone. So let's make it happen.
Yes.
He was like, when we were talking about the idea of making things for our donors, I'm crochet, and Erin's an artist, and Christy's a writer, and Curtis is a designer, and Matt was like, I don't do anything. And I'm like, but I have to say, the forum, again, I love my forum staff. Cami, our editor-in-chief, and everybody, that's just brilliant. Because I don't know that I would have thought of a TikTok dance, but I'm embracing it wholeheartedly.
Is there any like TikTok dance in particular, or is it kind of like a surprise?
I have no idea. We'll have to watch. If you're not following the forum on social media, you totally should. Because, they've been doing just a killer job. I don't know if you two, particularly a year ago, we are now coming up on, it was a year ago this week that Westminster had its last kind of normal in-person class. And I remember it was our brand presentations for our senior portfolio class, which is the midpoint presentation. And the last thing I said to the students, I was just talking to an alum about this. The last thing I said to the students was, wash your hands. This stuff sounds serious. And that was the last I saw them without masks and without a computer around it. But if you were paying attention, our editor-in-chief, Cami, just embraced her role as a journalist for this community. And this is something we're so proud of, that for the last year, Cami and our other forum staff have been making sure to keep the community informed and engaged, and we could not be prouder of the work that our student media has been doing. And so if you're not following the forum on social media, you totally should, because they're really killing it.
Well, I will say I do follow the forum both on Facebook and on Twitter, and I try not to look at my work email after 5 p.m., but there's been a lot of really good news that's been broken to me by the forum on social media, and then I'll log in and I'll get all the info, but they really are doing the work, and they're at all times of day, which I have been really impressed with just as a user. So truly, in all different areas, your comm students are really doing the work, making great things happen. And it's really exciting to see as a staff member here. So.
And I mean, you see, our alums are just amazing. I'll give a shout out to Taylor Stevens, who's a reporter on the Trib, who has just been doing an amazing job covering whether it's and covering the political activism of all stripes. At, honestly, a real danger to her. I mean, there was a photographer for the Trib was assaulted at the Capitol and things, but Taylor's out there standing up for journalism, and our alumni are all around the country, not just in Utah. I was on a Zoom call yesterday with one of our students who's moved to Chicago because she embraced an adventurous spirit, and she's working for a nonprofit in Chicago and really living a life of service and meaning. And we're so proud of our alums. And we know that the alums want to help because they know I always make a joke that somebody in our alumni pool needed to marry rich so that they could donate the money for the lab. I'm like, okay, somebody's going to find a rich person, but it turns out so I've been joking about that for years. But now our dream is coming true without anybody having to, marry for money.
Yeah, they are making it all on their own. No marriage necessary. Well, for any alumni who are watching, you've heard it straight from Kim's mouth. You are loved, you are missed, and you are making all of Westminster proud. If you haven't already, continue to help us reach our goal. You've got the link right there, giving.westminstercollege.edu. Let's see you make that donation to the Digital Design Lab. We'd love, as Kim's saying, make these dreams come true. This has been years in the making, and we're excited for it to no longer just be a dream, but reality. And your donors, your donations really are what helps us make that happen. So.
And thank you for hosting the live stream today, Erin and Teresa.
Thank you for being part of it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we love to talk, as you can tell. But yeah, you've been a joy to have here. We're going to miss seeing you on the screen. If you want to stay here all day, I'm sure people would be excited. Got to find a way to get one of your knits. So got to make a donation and follow along on social media.
Yep. Yeah, no, I actually have to go teach my class, which apparently is my job. So I have to actually go teach. But definitely check out social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. donate. And then one last thing that hasn't been posted yet, so this is your big thing, is crocheted water balloons. So no plastic. You soak them, you throw them at people, you can throw them in the washing machine, but I have made a set of water balloons in its own little bag. So that's going to be something that I'm going to post up when I get done with class today. But yeah, so they're the best. The Newbold and the Baker kids play with them, and nobody has to pick up any plastic. And I mean, what's better than throwing something at your sibling?
And you don't got to tie the knot. Amazing. I love it. Well, thanks again, Kim, for all of your time and everything that you do with the program. We're excited to see the goal get met, and good luck with your class, and we'll see you throughout the day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, Kim.